Hey guys, it's like Tuesday. What? It was Veterans Day yesterday for everybody. So I didn't do a whole lot other than internet stuff. So the flea market this weekend was really interesting. Like, it was definitely my worst sale day for sure. The person next to me was selling these like magic color changing markers. The exact same ones I used to use when I was a kid, and I was really tempted to buy them, but I didn't because I wouldn't know what to do with them anyway. But he was selling these separate pieces. It was like an airbrush tool that you use manually. You just blow through it, and he was selling those. So I sold like something for $5 and then immediately turned around and spent it. So I made $0 on Sunday, but it was really fun because the person next to me has this really good oh, these are tiny, has this really good sales pitch, like really good, really practiced, and he didn't even have a tablecloth or signage or anything. It was literally just him and a stack of white paper, and oh, that's too big, and a box of markers. So he was just demonstrating, and it was just funny because all of the parents were more enthralled by the product than the children. So just sitting there, and every 3 minutes you hear a whole bunch of people going, "Ooh, ah!" Just wowed by these magic markers. This comes out so it makes space for me. Yeah, I can't seem to make it work as well. I think my positioning is just weird, but I've given it a try. I used to love blow pens as well. They're also markers that we had in the 90s that you just reverse like the tube they're in and blow through it, and so it makes this cool spray paint effect. I really don't know if it's gonna work because I'm not really, like, I haven't figured out exactly how to make it work. I think you'd either have to have like it positioned exactly right and blow very hard. And the person who was selling it was a smoker, so I'm extra impressed that he was able to make it work a lot better than this. But I think I will figure it out. I just really love the look of the airbrushing effect. That would be really cool. If this works on a marker, it must work on a wet paintbrush. So I feel like if I can figure this out and use it with like a white acrylic paint or something, I could get a really nice star effect. I mean, yeah, you can do that with a toothbrush as well, but who wants to get that messy, right? I don't know. The great side of it, though, is that usually when I have really bad days at the flea market, it kind of balances out because I've been getting a commission here and there. So that makes up for it by a lot. Like, a lot. Like, as soon as I get an actual commission, I'm pretty happy. I could just, like, leave the flea market and be happy. But, so it was great. It was a good weekend. Oh, the best part, though, is that he wanted to borrow, my neighbor wanted to borrow my Sharpie marker to demonstrate that this works on literally any marker, not just their magic markers. And because so I was like, oh yeah, sure, take it. And so he gave me a second one of these for free. So yeah, that'll be fun. Me and my friend can have our blow pen experience together. Yes. And I got a reply back from the other commission that I sort of got online from somebody who follows the veterinary office, I guess. I'm assuming that they follow them online because most people, like, I don't think you can actually see my art that well in the office, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's working out. It's actually, like, things are actually happening, which is great. Procrastinating quite a bit. I keep having breaks. I find that I'm really nervous when I'm doing stuff for other people compared to doing stuff for myself. Even though, like, it's a dog, and mind you, I guess technically dogs are something that I'm not super familiar like with drawing. I don't draw a lot of dogs, although every time somebody wants me to draw a pet, it's gonna be a dog. There's something about dog owners that are just like, they really like pictures of their pets, so I did a lot of practice beforehand, just like for myself, just so I can get the feel of the shape of them before I really started. So here's all the, he sent me a whole slideshow, so I had lots of pictures to practice with. Look at him. Oh my god. This is a Japanese Akita, I believe, so it's very bear-like, very strong skull underneath that ball of fur. So I was practicing a lot with it, and yeah, and it's looking okay. I'm enjoying how the scarf is turning out. It's looking a little flat. I did have to redo the eye a little bit because I did the opposite of what I normally do and did it just a little bit too small, which is easier to fix, but it still looks kind of like not as sharp as it did a minute ago. The tongue's looking pretty good, I think. Nose is okay, but I feel like the muzzle needs a little bit more depth to it. It looks like one flat color, so I may have to fix that. I'm not sure how to do it without going overboard because the lighting in the photo is indoor and the background is going to be outdoor, so I have to be careful about, yeah, having lighting that matches okay. And I was going to have this piece cut out and then I'm going to do the background on this. Of course you probably, no, I guess you won't know this already because I have a huge video backlog, so it'll be a while till I upload that. Look at his face. But yeah, trying to just like sit down and actually do it and not keep stopping out of hesitation and just like, it's rough. My god, the bane of my existence! Uncontrolled thingies. These are the 8x10s I bought from a restaurant supply store. I miss it. It was fun. But again, it's the same problem that I have when I buy these frequently. These are 8x10, but they're literally 8x10, so you can't fit anything in them unless they're smaller than 8x10. So what a waste. I think they were actually pretty cheap, but I can't remember. But that was many years ago, and since then I have used 0 of them because they're kind of useless. That's why I don't really like buying these unless I find one that is legit, because it's really easy to get kind of messed up on those. They should not, I can't think of any reason why anyone would have an 8x10 bag that's literally 8x10. I'm having difficulty finding the ones that I use. Like these are the ones I got from Dessert, and it's the exact same story. It's 5x7, but it's literally 5x7. Usually when you want something that's 5x7, it's like 5 1/4 inch or 5 and, 5.5 inch. This is the one I was looking for. I got these off of Etsy a long time ago, and they're more specific, 5 1/4 and 7 1/4. So hopefully, I'm glad I found these. Otherwise, I'm like, where am I gonna get them? I don't know where I can't remember where I got them last, but I think I'm gonna have to pack these away and put them out of my life because they're really annoying. Always in my way, and they get bent. Ugh. So my agenda for Wednesday, I ran out of packing materials, so I'm going to go get the packing materials, come home, pack, buy shipping labels, then go out to put those in the mailbox, plus pay for my Arts Council membership, maybe get a food, I don't know. And then I guess I'm going to work on the second commission. Video's already done, so I just need to upload it. And it's just kind of like interesting how So like I posted the calendars on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I think maybe I sold one. And I took them to the flea market, and literally only one person even picked them up to look at them. So might have to think of another way of displaying those other than just like that. But then like I posted it onto YouTube in some fashion, and half of them went, and then the other half of them went to family, which I feel kind of weird about, but that's what's happening. So I ordered 8 more. It's really hard to like gauge how much to order, because like it does take a couple of weeks to receive them normally. I know that it's really inconvenient, and by the time I get them restocked, everyone will have forgotten about them, and that's why I haven't ordered too many, because I really like, this is unlike prints, this is something that I don't really want to be stuck with, because I only have a really short time to make use of them. Every time you hear me talking to myself, you get very concerned. Coming to investigate. So I'm constantly like feeling like, at first I thought, you know, should I order 5? What if I don't? I guess if I ordered 5 and sold 0 of them, I could think of at least 5 people who I could give calendars to. It's not that big of a deal. But now I'm like ordering like 8. So I'm just like, okay, well, if everyone who was interested had purchased one already, like, am I gonna have 8 left over? Like, I really wanted some for the Vancouver art show, which is like the only reason why I decided to like get all of these things done. So yeah, it's hard to like gauge. Like, I think it's a little bit of predicting the future, which is not like super easy to do, right? Yeah. I'm really glad you mentioned in the comments that one of them was marked as a gift, because Etsy doesn't highlight that. They'll highlight in yellow any personal messages, but if something's marked as a gift, I have to kind of go looking and digging for it. So I'm really glad you mentioned it. So this is what I did. I had to get some ribbon, and then I just used a piece of this leftover wood. I think it looks really cool. Here's a sneak peek on what's happening on, what is it, Thursday today? Okay, so this is another commission. I already put spacers on it and cut it out so that I can figure out how to place it and draw around it properly. I was thinking I had a choice between doing like this with them, because the condition is they wanted to be sleeping plus each of them dreaming of chasing their own thing. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do one like this or if I wanted to do one like this, where it's vertical and then they're dreaming sort of mostly together and looking at each other. So I'm gonna go with that. Alternatively, it would have been like this, but I don't know. I thought this was just warmer in feeling. Like, the way she described it felt more like a soft storybook situation to me, so that's what's going on. And apart from going in the mailbox again, thanks a lot, I need to sort out my crap. So first of all, I keep running out of materials, and everything's kind of like in different places. I have envelopes up here, and then I have more envelopes like on the floor. Don't know why. Maybe they should be together. I don't know. The thing I hate though about having important things on the top shelf is that every time I need to go digging through it, I have to either take everything down or stand on a chair. I mean, you'd think that it'd be fine with these baskets. Like, this one's not bad. I can take it down whenever I want. But over here is a nightmare, because these bookshelf, there's an end piece here and an end piece there, but they're both screwed down, so I can't really move them. So every time I pick up this box, everything comes crashing down on me, and it's starting to drive me insane. I almost broke that plate. And I put the things up here that are temporary, and then it gets nuts. Everything's just annoying in general, so I think I'm gonna have to switch things up a bit, because happy workflow makes things a lot better, less stressful, and being stressed makes you work bad. Like, everything just comes out really like it's a struggle to draw things sometimes, because when you're feeling tense for no reason, it makes you feel impatient and rushed, and then you just don't do your best work. So something needs to change there. Like, this shelf has helped a lot to be able to transfer some objects over there. It's really good. It's Friday, and I'm experiencing my first major overwhelm. This is the, hopefully, end of this painting. One of the commissions. It's supposed to be like a storybook-esque situation where they're dreaming about chasing their things, and I kind of wanted it to look like they were cutely looking at each other. I did not get to organizing this at all. Commissions are definitely freaking me out a lot more, because you don't know if your vision aligns with their vision, and you don't know if what you're doing is what they're imagining. And so I've been having like nightmares every night over the situation. I guess it's just something that I have to kind of get used to. I'm definitely a people pleaser. And I also don't really like having things in process as much. I like things to be wrapped up as soon as possible. So I'm just saying I'm a little stressed today. Today's also chore day, and I've just remembered that the artist reception in Coquitlam is tonight, and that's going to take me an hour to get there, and it's at night, and I hate going out at night. So I have to get this approved, work out how to exchange hands with that, start a sketch for the next one, respond to a Kickstarter book which approved me. I had to prepare for the flea market too. I just haven't done anything for that. There's a lot to do, and I'm just like, because I'm so anxious about the commissions, and like I'm too afraid to start them or finish them or continue them or talk to strangers about them, so I'm just like sitting here wasting time like on the internet, or like thinking of tidying things up or something like that, doing house chores, like silly meaningless sitting around doing nothing stuff, because I'm too afraid to like tackle certain things. And I don't even know why. It's nothing bad's gonna happen, right, Maggie? It's not that big of a deal. Just do it. Just do the sketch. You know you're capable. Gosh. Tonight is the artist's reception, and as usual, I tend to not want to leave the house when night comes. So I'm somewhat ambivalent about it, even though it sounds like it's gonna be totally cool. But I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to go with friends, but I assumed that otherwise I would go with my husband, but I don't know if he's gonna make it. Because he's got a union meeting that might be late, so I'm just like, crap, what if I have to go alone? I obviously would, and it would be no big deal, but like, it's a far cry from going from, oh, I'll go from friends and have fun, to like, going by myself. There's no fun in that. This is your life, huh, Maggie? You're always alone, aren't you? Oh, so submissive. Ugh. That feeling where it's nighttime and I don't want to get up. I just want to be home where it's warm and snuggly and the cat. No one is home yet. I'm going alone to Coquitlam, and I don't want to. And then tomorrow is the Eastside Culture Crawl in Vancouver. We might go to that, although it's raining all weekend. Which means the flea market's gonna be dead on Sunday. It sucks. I think I hate artist receptions. It's like crazy how my broken brain works sometimes. There were like 200 plus people at the artist reception and I didn't know what to do with myself. I always find artist receptions to be really awkward because there's so many people there, but they're all there to support other artists, so I don't know what to do, like, because everyone talks to each other and nobody talks to me, so I'm just like, why am I here? And it's crazy because I had such a good week. I had like 3 commissions this week, which is like wild. That's like, I already have my part-time job. Like, that's really good, and it has one art reception to like undo all of my confidence